You're training
What are you?
a creature far superior to humans. A true native of hell. Something no spawn will ever be. Fool, you can't rely on weapons. That's not why he chose you.
Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another review, and today I'm going to be taking a look, finally, at the McFarlane Toys Spawn Universe Violator Megafig. That's right, finally got the Violator and his crap-ass little stand that's not going to help him whatsoever. So with that being said, disclaimer, this is not natural lighting. I had to beef the crap out of the exposure on this video because, well, Mother Nature's a bitch and decided to freaking rain while I'm trying to do videos. So you know what? Kiss my ass. So with that being said, let's just get right up close personal with this dude. This thing's absolutely freaking massive. I'm barely fitting it on screen. Just look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. He's got a jaw hinge. It's creaky and loud, but that's okay. Stays in place. Looks cool. It's got red eyes. This thing is loaded with freaking paint. Absolutely loaded. Now, to my understanding, this is a more modern look for Violator. So he's a lot darker. He's a lot thicker, too. I mean, look at him. He's pretty beefed up, but that's what happens when you have a diet of innocent children for over 20 years. I just love this guy, man. He looks so cool. His head doesn't really rotate at all. Get a little quiver in there, but nothing worth talking about. His shoulders do go in and out, forward and back. Nothing crazy. Let's go to this side. This side's a little easier to move. Well, this side's got more of a ratchet on that shoulder. Then he's got a swivel at the elbow. He's got a hinge at the elbow. You can get about 90 degrees out of that. That's not big for a thick, chunky guy like this. He's got a swivel at the wrist with a hinge. You got it kind of lined up. Much like the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure from Marvel Legends, if you guys are familiar with that thing's hands. When you pose it, kind of looks like shit, so, you know, keep that in mind. His torso has a big old ball joint in it. You can move that around as well as the waist. And as for this side, I did have some schmutz, like a big old flap of excess plastic here that I cut off with my X-Acto knife. I looked up some pics online. I didn't see that that was there, so I had no problem cutting it off. It's got a little bit of the remains of that, but I'll just call those warts. And for his legs, ooh, this thing is a workout. They do kick forward and back quite a bit, as well as in and out. This guy has freaking ratchets, which is something the Redeemer should have had. He's got a thigh cut that works really well. I mean, this dude's not going anywhere. And then he's got a hinge at the knee, single hinge. It's ratcheted as well with a lower leg rotation for whatever freaking stupid reason. I think that's dumb and he doesn't need it. But whatever. And then he's got the same thing going on in the foot. He's got a bit of a rocker down here, as it were. But you could straighten his foot out all the way. And he's also got a hinge at the bottom of the foot. So a lot like Goliath. The neck of Goliath, that is. And he's also got the rocker there. So, you know, you can stand this guy straight up. It's not too hard to do. I I mean, just... This thing is amazing. This is easily top 10 figures of the year for me. Easily. No contest. We ain't even done with this freaking review yet. I'm already confirming some future shit. Like, look at this thing. This thing is amazing. It's a work of gnarly metal AF art. Like, look at that. Look at that. Big this son of a bitch is. I mean, there, I had to pan up quite a bit so we could get to the top of his noggin here. I mean, we're going to do some comparisons, because you guys know me. I'm all about them comparisons, but holy shit. I think this thing dwarfs a Mythic Legion's Troll. Unfortunately, all my big stuff, the stuff that would really kind of matter in this case, is kind of put away. So I can't get to it. But I will leave a link in the description below to my good buddy T-Business review of this figure, which featured yours truly. He does compare this guy to Cygor. I think this guy's a little bit bigger than Cygor. I can just do a kind of cheap, lazy pan from Cygor's head to this guy's. I would say this horn makes him taller than Cygor. More so than anything. But this thing is incredible. He's got peg holes on his feet. You don't freaking need that shit. What is this gonna do? I mean, come on, dude. Instead of wasting money on that, they should make Redeemer's joints tighter or something. I'm sorry, I was kind of let down with that one. But this figure makes up for that quite a bit. He's got a lot of mole flashing on him. I actually did, aside from the torso, I popped this arm off at the elbow. It wasn't hard to do. And I shaved a big old chunk off the end of the peg. It's like excess plastic. And I pegged it back in. And it seems to have gone in a little bit deeper now. So it's not as kind of, you know, when you're kind of feeling like you're warping a peg when you're moving a joint. It kind of felt like that. Not really, but enough for me to go and do that. But other than that, I have zero issues with this figure. You know, he's freaking Violator, man. This thing is badass. This might be top 5 figures of the year. I don't know. The Kickstarter Spawn's in trouble. I'm going to say that. I like this thing that much. Because we already got the best Spawn figure last year, the Mortal Kombat one. Yeah, the cape's not the best, but you could pose the heck out of that. This is the Violator to go with that Spawn, I think. I think the two of them will look great together. So, that being said, let's stop jibber-jabbering. Actually, hold on. I didn't show you the back that well. It's hard to get all the freaking details in. Look at that gnarly ass spine on his back. He's got all these spikes. All these spikes are pretty soft too, with the exception of the really super small ones. They're pretty soft. This guy's built a lot like the Devastator from Multiverse, but he's really well scaled. I mean, look at that. He's standing just fine for me, so. No balancing axe here. Kind of like Goliath. I didn't have any problems with that either. I don't know why people are saying these things are hard to stand. If I can do it, and I'm a dingus, then ain't nobody got no excuses. So with that being said, now we'll stop jibber-jabbering and take a closer look at some comparisons. Or just some comparisons. A closer look, really? This thing is too big for that. First up, here's the Violator Megafig. That's definitely not an overstatement. Next to some rando Spawn stuff I had kind of sitting around where I do my video reviews. We got the Malefic Spawn from Mortal Kombat 11. I took a look at him about a week ago now. And then we also got the red Mandarin Spawn, the Scarlet Edge version, because he was hanging out too. That figure's kind of tall. He ain't anymore. And we also got the vintage Violator from Spawn Series 1. Just look at that thing. What the hell? I'm not going to lie. That bendy Violator kind of sucked for back then because you can't get him to stand very well. Violator 2 is a much better figure, but he doesn't fit in the monster truck, unfortunately. And to be honest, you can't pose him for crap. He's one of those kind of Staction pre-posed nightmare type deals. But you could just see that this thing is a monster. I'll pan down a little bit here so you can see just how freaking dwarfed. I mean, look at that. Malefic spawn goes up to his crotch. His crotch, or... yeah, his crotch. Literally his crotch. Forgot to mention this guy's got a tailbone hanging off his ass, but... thing's so massive, I... freaking slipped my mind. I mean, just... oh my god. Dwarfing everybody. Up next here he is with some more insignificant worms. I mean, just... we got Raven Spawn, Redeemer, and the Gunslinger Spawn from the Spawn Universe line. I already took a look at these guys. All those videos are up. Redeemer's probably my least favorite just because he's just freaking loose, man. The Clown's more or less my least favorite because, oh, I didn't buy him, did I? I want to, but can't actually buy him right now for some reason. Probably because it's the Clown, but that's the only one I don't have at this point. This is a really solid first wave of figures, though. Even if I don't get the Clown for a long ass time, because I don't know what's really going on with that. This is a really nice first wave of figures. Yeah, they're a little big. They need better ankle joints, at least on these smaller guys. But Violator and I think the Clown is pretty solid too, from what I heard. I think they're going to probably be the standouts from the wave. They're the ones that sell out the quickest, along with Gunslinger because he's an exclusive. But shit, man, Spawn is back, and it's doing pretty gangbusters for the most part. Redeemer's a bit of a stinker, though. And last but certainly not least, because I'm obligated to do this in every review I put up, we got our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. And yeah, Spawn's definitely dwarfed this time. Mother trucker. Just pan down. The insignificant worm. Insignificant worm is the theme for this video, because this Violator's just freaking huge, man. Freaking huge. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, you know what? No. If you're the type of guy who looks at this and is all, this is complete and utter trash, then you know what? Fuck you. And the goddamn horse you rode in on, because this thing is fucking badass. And if you got a problem with that, suck it. That's right, I said it. It's my channel. I do whatever the hell I want. And I just told you to suck it. Because if you think that this is shit, you need help in your life, you miserable son of a bitch. End of story. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. Gotta show that algorithm who's boss, right? Making my bottom bitch. And as always, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this guy. You know what? Come at me, motherfuckers. I'm ready. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Where's the Tylenol?